What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, in one of the previous videos I showed you a method where you can discover profitable and lucrative niches by basically looking at what the other very successful sites and affiliates are promoting. So basically, instead of going into Max Bounty and typing the niche that you want, in this case it's work from home, we're basically going to Google and basically typing wide open. We're basically typing some keywords from the niche, finding sites that are ranked on the first page or maybe even on the second page. And what that means is that they put a lot of effort and resources into getting there, and that means they're probably gonna be promoting offers that are making them money. Now, not all of these offers and not all of these pages are obviously going to be promoting CPA marketing offers, because places like Forbes or some of the bigger sites like entrepreneur.com, they're not going to be typically promoting CPA marketing offers. They can. In some cases, they will be promoting it, but most of the time, they're not going to be promoting them. And so in this video, I want to go deeper and actually show you how these sites that are promoting CPA marketing offers, how exactly they're doing it, so you can basically mimic the method and do it yourself, because there's a lot of things that are really happening behind the scenes, and this is what I want to cover with you today, right? It's going to make a huge difference in your campaigns and everything like that, because the things I talked about before, that was just an overview, right? That was just a general idea. But in this video, we're going to go actually deeper and actually cover some of the most important things. And so we start this method by basically typing the open term, right? And we basically want to find sites that actually are promoting CPA marketing offers. So for instance, I have here best work from home jobs in 2020. We can basically, and what I'm looking for is basically third-party sites. I'm looking for sites that are, not really big, not Forbes, not, entrepreneur.com. I'm looking for sites that are run by a couple of people, smaller sites, because the smaller the site, and I don't mean by traffic, I mean by the number of people they have. Like, I'm looking for these independent sites, because these independent sites, they're going to be running CPA marketing offers. They actually need the money. They're looking to monetize as much as possible. Forbes is not, right? Forbes is making a lot of money as it is, right? So we have here Dollar Sprout, which is a site I know from before, and we're basically going to open this site and we're going to take a look at what they have here. Now, this article right here, 24 best work from home jobs, is actually ranked on Google, right? It's ranked on the first page for a very competitive term. And what they're putting on this page is key, right? And so the first thing you have to kind of go take a look, right? This is an affiliate. This is an affiliate, right? Then, they have affiliate offers, but they have links, internal links that matter a lot too, right? Because for them, this is prime real estate, right? The way you have to think about it is kind of like, it's basically like, Times Square in New York City, right? It's prime real estate. They're getting a lot of eyeballs to this page, right? In some cases, like 250,000 visitors. So this is very important. And so what I'm looking at is I'm looking at CPA marketing offers, but not just that. I'm looking at their entire site structure to really figure out, because this is part of SEO. Site structure is very important. And so I'm going to share with you some important tips and tricks so that you can kind of mimic their site structure and become successful as well. And so what we have here is right now, I'm just seeing a lot of affiliate offers, but I'm not really seeing a lot of Max Bounty offers. So, you can basically go out and find. So we have Swagbox, which is, both of these are Max Bounty offers, right? So we can go to Max Bounty. I don't think Swag is there. I don't think Swagbox is actually in there. It's not. But Survey Junkie is, right? If you type Survey Junkie, you're going to find it. And so the first thing you want to do, right, after you open this, is obviously you're going to browse. You're going to have a look on the site, things like that. The next thing that you want to do is you want to go to something called the sitemap. And you can do that by basically going to dollarsprout.com/post sitemap XML. And what a sitemap is basically a listing of all the articles on the site, right? Even though you can obviously browse the site around and see, because this site has a lot of articles, right? So the sitemap says they have 400 posts, right? They have 400 pieces of content that they wrote, and they're promoting a ton of different affiliate offers and CPA marketing offers and things like that. And that is how you do it. So you basically type the name of the site /post-sitemap.xml, and you're gonna see. And you can basically have a look, you can basically click on any article, and what you want to do is basically you want to go to the end, because when you open it, typically it's sorted in ascending order by date, right? So in the beginning, right, these first articles, they're the oldest ones, and as the case happens to be, these are actually, you know, a couple of months old, right? So, you know, they have a lot of frequently updated content. And what this tells you is that if people are updating their site, if the website owners are updating content, that means that they're making money from this content, because I am not going to update content that is not making any money, right? So this is very, very important. And so if I scroll down, I'm going to see fresh content. And this is basically updated, you know, a couple of days ago. Like, this is all freshly updated content, and you can bet that they're probably making good money because they're updating this content. Because if I have content, and this applies to pretty much everybody, and it's not making any money, it's not getting any traffic, Google doesn't like it, you know, it's just not good content, it's not competitive, right? I'm not going to be updating it. But in this case, basically, you know, this is kind of what they're doing, right? So if you look at vacation rental sites, you're looking at how to start investing for beginners, budgeting systems. Now, these could be new articles as well, or these could be updated old articles. But regardless, right, this is kind of the content you want to take a look at. The next thing you want to do is, right, and this is kind of the key here, right, this is very important to understand, is that when you're going to be building a site, so I actually have a site that I'm building, and I actually did a case study. I'm going to link this case study in one of the videos in the description. I'm basically building the site, and when you are building the site, you can basically create different types of content, and depending on the kind of content you create, you know, Google is going to like this content better. It's going to rank better. It's going to get easily discovered. And this is really the holy grail of free traffic, right? Because Google is going to index it in a way, it's going to show it for specific queries, and you're going to be able to promote CPA marketing offers, all right? So for instance, we have this dollar sprout articles, right? And this says 25 best work from home jobs for 2020. And this is the kind of content, this is called the list. This is called an informational content list. And you can basically create different pieces of content, and you can promote the CPA marketing offers in different ways, okay? So the first type of content that you want to create is something called the list, and this is a best list. Okay, when you put the word best in there, it kind of becomes almost like commercial content. And this is something that I'm doing on my own site, right? Now I still have to get the logo done. I still have to get a bunch of things done and all that. And now I'm in the process of doing that and all that. But what's important here is that you have to categorize and kind of structure the content correctly, okay? This is really the key. You cannot write any kind of content. You cannot create any kind of content. Even after you discover that, okay, you have an offer, you know, somebody's promoting. So this page, you know, it's promoting freelance writers, one such course. So this is all affiliate links, right? And let's say you're browsing around and you find, you know, Max Bounty offer. Here's Survey Junkie, right? They're promoting that. And then you basically go to XML sitemap and you decide something like online jobs for college students. We're going to open that up. And chances are it's getting last updated a couple of days ago. You're going to scroll down, and you're going to be basically looking for the HostGator is an affiliate marketing offer, virtual assistant, things like that. Now, this is a list, right? This is another example. So we have lists, basically, best lists, and you can have two types of lists. You can have a general list, right? So something like, you know, legit online jobs for college students. This is a more specific list. Another example of a list could be something like 13 legit online jobs to do in 2020. That's a general list. So as you can see, here's an article, stay-at-home mom jobs, right? That's more of a general list, right? If you open that up, you're going to see content here, and you can also find out if they have various CPA marketing offers, right? And so you have another approach to do it, right? Now, this is a list like we talked about. We have a more specific list, right? So it says in your spare time, right? If they would have wrote something like 21 best stay-at-home mom jobs, right? That's one way. But then it says in your spare time. That's a more specific approach, right? So we have kind of a list approach. The next thing you can do is something called the review, right? So if we go back to their XML sitemap, you could type review. And look at this. We have Credit Karma review, Truebill review. You need a budget review. Now, if you scroll down, you're going to be basically looking at reviews that they did recently, right? Now, a review, if somebody wrote a review, that's a specific piece of content. That means that they're making good money from that offer, right? Because if I create a list, it's not a lot of effort for me to go out and create a list, right? I can just basically list 20 to 30 offers. But if they actually created a review, that's a bigger sign that they're actually making money with this specific, or the offer is really good, the offer is profitable, the offer is making the money. So look at this, we have Survey Junkie review, right? That's our first kind of CPA marketing offer. Next we have Wish App review, right? Now Wish App could be a CPA marketing offer, it could be not. You just have to go into Max Bounty and see if they actually have this Wish App, right? We can do that, and there's no Wish App, right? So we can do that, nothing, right? Okay, so we go back to their XML and we basically, Survey Junkie says Robinhood, right? I know Robin, Better, Wealthfront. All of these, right? And I would call this like a list is one thing, but if somebody actually writes a review, it's a much better approach, right? It's a much better thing, right? That means that there's, that there's more money to be made. That's kind of the next thing on the scale, right? So reviews are really big. Obviously, you don't want to write a review for every single offer. You want to write the review for select offers, right? And so what I mean by that is that you can basically create a list first, right? Best 20 best work from home jobs in 2020, right? And then see which offers converts better. And you're going to be basically looking at conversion rate and the payout, right? So if you have like a really good conversion rate and a very good payout and you're making X amount of money, then you can basically write the review, and then you're going to be able to even make more money, right? Because when you have a list, not everybody is going to click on that specific offer. But when you have a review, somebody stumbles on a review, they're there already. It's going to be a high percentage that they're actually going to click through and go to the review. So that's the next thing. Next is you wanna think about content that compares, right? And this is a comparison kind of article. So let's say I'm in Max Bounty, right? And I'm focusing on the work from home niche, right? So we go into Survey Junkie, right? We basically go into Survey Junkie, and I have my Survey Junkie offer that pays 20 per lead. And let's say I want to compare Survey Junkie with Inbox, right? Inbox dollars. These are kind of similar offers. You can obviously find other offers. And what you want to do is you want to basically write a comparison article. So something like I have here, right? Survey Junkie versus Inbox dollars. What's the best way to make money from home? Because when people are researching, right, and this is assuming that somebody knows what Survey Junkie and Inbox dollars is, right? It's not somebody who is fresh, somebody who's a complete newbie. They have no idea what these services are. It's for people that are a little bit further away in their kind of buying journey, right? Kind of further away in the funnel, right? This is the mid-level funnel, or kind of towards the end of the funnel, right? Because they're basically looking for comparisons. In other words, so if I go into Google, I can basically type this term and you're gonna have a good idea, right? So let's say I do Survey Junkie versus opinion post, Survey Monkey, Inbox dollars, right? We have this Inbox dollars, swag box. Now, you have to understand that even if there's no offer, so like opinion post, I don't think I've seen an offer. I could be wrong. Let's go into opinion. There might not be an offer. Opinion in, opinion post. Let's try that. Okay, opinion outpost. So I don't know if this is the same one. Yeah, it is opinion outpost. Okay, so they have an offer. But let's say that there's no opinion outpost offer. You should still absolutely write this content, because you can basically recommend the offer that that you can promote, right? You can basically recommend an offer. So let's say they're basically Googling for Survey Junkie versus Swagbox, and we know that Swagbox doesn't exist. You cannot promote Swagbox. That's absolutely okay. You can basically go out and you can basically write an article. You can be very objective, but then you can basically say, okay, but we recommend Survey Junkie for these reasons, because you want to promote Survey Junkie. And this is called the comparison, right? So we have lists, general type of lists, various type of lists. We have reviews, right? Reviews about something. Then we have comparisons. Now you can also do like a three-way comparison, right? You can do Survey Junkie versus opinion outpost versus Swagbox. You see how Google is basically filling it out. You can kind of do three ways. My recommendation is to do two-way comparisons. And honestly, when you're doing this, right, this is something I'm doing on my site right now, and I'm doing it on all my sites. I have various sites I have a lot of sites in different niches, and that's what I'm doing. And basically, I would be doing everything that Google is suggesting me, right? So, Survey Junkie versus Opinion, Survey Monkey, Inbox Dollar, Swagbox. You want to basically cast a wide enough net so that you catch enough, right? You want to be basically writing this content a lot. You know, like if you look at Dollar Sprout, they have 400 URLs and they're getting a lot of traffic, and they're still writing content, right? It's not like they wrote like, 50 pieces of content or 20 pieces of content and called it a day. They're still writing a lot of content. So this is very important. Okay, this is the first kind of thing. And you can basically take a look. Do they have verses? They have, yeah, I have 14 matches, right? 14 matches. So they have kind of 14 pieces of content, this comparison kind of content. Okay, that is the next thing you want to do. The next kind of content you want to do is kind of basically a negative kind of content, right? And obviously this is not for everybody. I personally like it. I personally think it works really well. And you can basically have something like 10 reasons why you should not sign up with, 10 reasons to not sign up, to not use LinkedIn, right? And here's a negative piece of content, right? This is why you should use LinkedIn. 5 reasons why millennials aren't using LinkedIn. Now, if you write an article, you see the number one results is actually 10 reasons why you should use LinkedIn, and I type to not use LinkedIn. So if you actually write, a negative kind of content, not to use it, you're going to be able to rank higher, because Google is basically showing this and it's not really relevant to me, right? So there's an opportunity here. Now, I don't know if there's an opportunity for this specific query, but this is kind of a hint. If you type not to use LinkedIn, reasons to not use LinkedIn. So let's say reasons, 9 reasons LinkedIn isn't for you. So another really good example of negative content is scams, right? 10 work from home scams. Work from home scams. Okay, and this is something we saw Dollar Sprout actually doing. So if you search for scams, they only have 1 work from home scams. Remember, online people they're looking for positive content and negative content, right? And you have to understand that a lot of people are very skeptical by nature, right? You go to any forum, you go to any community, people are going to be very, very skeptical. And so if they are skeptical, then you can write a piece of content that says that, if they think work from home jobs are basically scams, and there are a lot of people that think that way, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. You have to connect with that kind of opinion. So look at this, work from home, 10 work from home jobs. Or I can basically look at something like work from home scams. Okay, there you go. Work from home, no scams that aren't scams. Okay, so this is another kind of twist on it. It's positive content because I'm saying they're not scams, but there's a twist in it, right? So if I do something like work from home jobs, work from home scams, right? And then I have a big list on Indeed examples, and I type that, I'm basically gonna get suggestions. I have some other ones, right? Here's another review, work from home scam comments. And so you always want to be thinking about positive and negative. Basically this Dollar Sprout, they're not really doing scams. They're not really focusing on that angle. And you should be thinking about that angle because, like I said, the person could come in with a positive attitude. They're like, yeah, I can make money working from home. It's legit. It's a real thing. It's the internet. But there's a lot of people who don't even believe in making money online, which kind of blows my mind because the internet is like such a big part of the economy. So obviously people are making money online, whether they're selling something or whether they're actually performing a job or some kind of a service. So that is something I believe in. But people come and so you want to focus on the negative thing, all right? Next is something called the opinion piece, right? So a really good example would be something like how I learned to code in 6 months, in 8 weeks, in my 30s, right? It's an opinion piece, right? You're basically giving your own personal experience, right? And this is very useful, right? If you type this in, you don't need to get it exactly right. You can basically, how I taught myself to code in 8 weeks. How I taught myself to code in 8 weeks. 8 weeks of coding, what did I learn? You see, everybody's talking about eight weeks or 8 months. 8 weeks. This is a very popular choice, and this is an opinion piece. And obviously you can promote an affiliate marketing offer, right? And it's very similar to something like how I made $1,000 in a month, in a month working from home. working from home. This is an opinion piece, and they do very, very well because they connect with people, right? 10 ways to earn 1,000 per month is something called, this is basically a list, right? This is different. An opinion piece is I can basically connect with the person. I'm basically connecting with them, I'm learning about them, and they can basically tell me, okay, they have no experience, but yet, within, in 8 weeks or, 2 months, they learn how to code, right? Obviously, I don't recommend making crazy cleans, but this is another way to do it, all right? So now you have really, really good ideas to do it. And remember, these are all angles of doing it. This is what the big successful affiliate sites are doing. If you look at Dollar Sprout, they basically have reviews. Alternatives is another one, right? I didn't cover alternatives. I'm just gonna quickly go through, just to tell you right now. Alternatives is really kind of options, right? It's like, what are the alternatives? It's a really good example, actually. So alternatives is really good. Then you have how to, right? How to is like make money, right? Make money. And remember, when you are writing this content, Google is going to index it differently, right? Depending on what the person is looking for. Because some people are just looking for opportunities online. Other people are further down their buying journey, right? They already know Survey Junkie. They want to see if it's legit. Or they're like, okay, I found Survey Junkie and Inbox Dollars, right? They want to compare, right? Or somebody else might be looking for alternatives, right? Look at this. Alternative, right? You can do that. 17 sites like Survey Junkie to earn money online, right? And you can actually go to this page and find if there's some new offers, right? So, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I'm giving you new angles, right? You want to type it in, you want to create an article, but you also want to use it as a resource to find more CPA marketing offers. So it's kind of this cycle, right? Survey Junkie alternative. We can do inbox alternative. Inbox alternative iOS bundle. Oh no, that's something else. Inbox dollars alternative. There we go. Inbox dollar alternatives, right? 10 reward sites like Swagbucks, and you have more offers, right? Best sites similar to Inbox Dollars, right? And all of these sites that are on the first page, they put a lot of resources on it. So, you can have some faith that they're not going to be promoting some crappy offers. They are going to be promoting something that's making money for them. All right, guys. So just to kind of quickly recap, we have lists, right? Lists could be all kinds of lists, right? 10 best sites to make money online. That's a general list. Something more specific, 10 best sites to make money in your spare time as a side hustle, or 10 best sites to make money as a single mom, or moms from home, or a college student, or etc., etc., etc. The more specific you are, the higher the chance you're going to get ranked correctly. So this is very important to keep in mind. We have lists. We have reviews, right? Review is kind of like, if you see a big site basically doing a review, that means it's a good offer. 100%, because I'm not going to go and create, review for all the offers I want. I'm going to I'm going to hand pick the good offers, and I'm going to create reviews out of them. So that is very important. Next is we have comparisons, right? We have basically Inbox Dollars versus something else. Inbox Dollars, Swagbucks. And you can basically go into Google and you can get ideas for CPA marketing offers. And then you can basically get ideas for the content you want to create, right? So there's almost an unlimited ideas for very good, high-performing offers that you can basically, start writing content for and promoting, right? So we have comparisons, right? Next is we have alternatives, right? Inbox alternative, right? In Reddit alternatives, inbox alternatives, right? We have that, right? And last but not least, we have an opinion piece. And this is very nice because you can actually connect with somebody, especially if they have a picture of them on their blog, and maybe it's a person similar to you in physical characteristics, maybe background is very similar to you. You're going to be able to connect, and you're going to be able to really, sign up for the offer, right? So if you create that kind of content, it's almost like a testimonial, and testimonials are very, very effective. And so, you don't have to write this content if you actually haven't done it. You can say, I tried this for, 2 weeks, and here are my results, right? And it's going to get ranked in Google, and you're going to see some results, right? So if you implement all of these methods, and this is kind of what I'm doing on my case study site, as you can see, it's kind of growing. We have about 10 pieces of content here. When we started, we had a little bit. Now we have 10 pieces of content. It's growing. It's going to be growing over kind of the forthcoming several months. You're going to see the site grow and blossom. And that is kind of how you do it, right? Because, you know, you can basically look at sites like Dollar Sprout, but you have to understand why they do what they do. And this is kind of what you do, right? So you have to focus with different angles, different approaches, different ways of people are searching. And then you'll be able to create content that gets ranked in Google, and people are actually going to go out, click your CPA marketing offer, sign up, and you're going to get a commission. All right, guys. So that is all I have for you for today. I really hope you've gotten value from this video. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. All right. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.